Hey everybody, this is Mary Jo. Welcome to the Flamingo Farmhouse. I've got a lot of fun for you guys tonight. I got the tree on, I know, right? And I have my microphone on tonight because Abby's got some friends over and she's cooking dinner and doing all the things. So it might be a little loud down there when, hey Rhonda, as they are having their good time. I'm just filling my Mr. here with my little fake water bottle now. And I'm so excited. I'm gonna do a pillow tonight because y'all know, hey Stacia, y'all know that I love to change my pillowcases out downstairs. And of course, now this one doesn't wanna go on. Well, isn't that strange? Well, I'm glad I have my Mr. Oh, I just spilt my Mr. all over my good stuff here. Hold on. See, you see what happens when you have everything all together? It goes all wonky. But lucky for me, I have all these towels. And the good thing is I need a wet towel. So I will put this under there and put one under the tablecloth as to not let the table get all crazy. And then off we go. We'll be good to go. It'll be no big deal. Well, what? I gotta refill the water again though now that I spilt it all over the place. I was like all prepared and everything, y'all. Okay, so anyways, it gave everybody a chance to get here. Hey Tara, hey Cher. Hey, so why not, right? Everything comes with a purpose and a time, hence what we're making tonight, an amazing pillowcase. I love this saying from Esther. I love this transfer. I love this saying. Oh my goodness, the water is way over here. I just love everything about it. So I'm just happy that we could do this because, you know, why not? There we go. Okay, let's get this show on the road, sister. Got everything out of the way now. I can't be all crazy. So, let's get inking. We're gonna inky ink tonight. And so today, if you watched the other live, I did this really cute trick or treat. Look at this, shut up. This is a new kit, isn't this fun? I made this really cute trick or treat kit. So, I know, I got Mr. Tabby, or Gabby, Tara. Call you Tara, Tabby, Gabby. Anyways, so, you know, hey, whatever. I got my Mr. I had to fill my Mr. I love my Mr. But so I made that on an earlier live, and this is what I'm gonna make tonight. And I just love this transfer, and it looks so beautiful on the big 18 by 18 chalkboard, but it's also gonna look so beautiful on this pillow because this pillowcase then will be sitting right there, you know, right on my sofa, getting ready for the things. Hey Judy. So let's get started here, and I'm gonna put you down here, and this is our ink mat. Remember our ink mat? It's that nice sticky mat that's gonna hold the pillowcase down for me so I can chalk. And then I'm gonna do another one, the family pillow, in a couple nights. I'm gonna do that. So this is our pillowcase, and you know what, if you were like all prepared ahead of time and all that, or if I were, I could have ironed this pillowcase, but really honestly I don't need to with this sticky mat. So I'm gonna kind of fold it in half, and it is sticky. I'm not gonna like fold it, but you know, bend it so that I can get it in here. And this is the hardest part of the whole project, to be honest, is to put this mat inside the pillowcase. I know, isn't that crazy? But you gotta have it, ladies. So I'm sure there's a better way, but this is the only way I know of, and it works for me most of the time. So I'm just gonna kind of roll it. It keeps sticking onto my shirt, it's kind of funny. Okay. Roll it, stick it in there. Make sure you get the end all the way, and then bring it out. I'm telling you, this is the hardest part of the whole thing, is But you want to get your prep right. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't get your prep right, then your whole project is yuck. So you got to get that corner in where it belongs. And it's kind of like folding a fitted sheet. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I mean. It's kind of a pain, but when it's all done, it's going to be perfect. It's just that little corner doesn't want to go in there. It's being a little bit of a booger. There we go. Got you. I got you. I got you, little guy. So once we get our corners in, we'll be better to go. The struggle is real here, y'all. And it's an okay struggle. I'm wondering if you could almost turn it inside out like you would a corner sheet, fitted sheet, you know? Do it that way. I never tried it. Who knows? I've always struggled right here at this very first part of it. But you know what? Once I get the struggle done, struggle bus, it's perfect. Keep my shirt out of it. There we go. So you see, and you get this all in there. Stick out your tongue a little so you can concentrate a little bit more. Isn't that how it works? Okay, so we got through the struggle bus, ladies and gents. There we go. Get that corner tucked in, that corner tucked in, and then we got a nice sticky surface here, and this is where we want to push it down. So this is what we want it to look like. We want it nice and hard and smooth. Was that a little bit of comedy for y'all? It should have been. Y'all didn't see my face with me sticking my tongue out trying to make it work a little better, right? Isn't that how it works? You stick your tongue out and you know it's going to be better? That's what I've always been taught. Get all these creases. And the reason why we're doing this and spending the time, you know, it's kind of like preparing for your week. I've been teaching, y'all know I'm a John Maxwell coach and trainer too, and I've been teaching my team that, you know, planning ahead is going to save you some time. So that's what we're doing here, is we are planning ahead with this pillowcase, and we're getting it so that we don't have any wrinkles in it, so that when we do our lettering and our inking on it, it's going to be el perfecto. Because I'm going to have this on my sofa. I want it to look good. I want people to say, what a great verse that is. Because honestly, this verse is just getting me through the day sometimes. How many of y'all feeling that way? So while you're here, make sure you miss the what? You miss the Zoom meetings? Well, Monica, we can do it. We can still have Zoom meetings, Monica. We'll do that. I'm actually going to be having another Zoom meeting soon for our retreat. It's on my calendar. So now the hardest thing is for you to decide if you want to put the zipper at the bottom or the top. I put mine at the bottom and the chalk couture at the top. There we go. Okay, I am ready to go. Now, since I am not using this, now see how big this transfer is? And it's okay, but I'm thinking about cutting it. Probably not right now. I just haven't decided yet. This is an 18 by 18 transfer. So when you pull it off, you might want to, you know, have your arm there so that it doesn't flop back on itself. And since it's the first time we're using it, since we're using it on a material, we don't really have to fuzz it. And I'm going to place this down here first. There we go. And then I'll turn it around for you guys so you can see what I'm going to do. And remember, you're going to have your pillows going to be rounded. So I like to just match this side a little bit over. And then I'm gonna do some little boho designs on the side here. And you're just gonna rub it down because since, you know, we don't need to fuzz it because we're essentially fuzzing it right now using this pillowcase instead. All right, so let's get chalking. This is just going to be, well, we're gonna ink. Providing I still have black ink up here. I don't remember, I thought I do. I think I do. I'm just gonna do this black ink. And then I'm going to, actually, I'm going to do the bohos first. And here is where I'm gonna cut. I am gonna cut. I just have to find my handy dandy scissors that I just had in my hand. Well, I don't know where those are, my shears, my transfer shears. They were right here, but then here they are. So I'm just gonna cut this because it's okay, y'all. It's all right. Because I don't want that much green, and I'm still gonna put it back on its own backer. It's just, I'm gonna put something else here, and I don't really need all this excess right there. So I'm just gonna throw that away. I wish there was something I could do to use it, but I've thought about that and I can't think of anything. Okay. Did that just freak some of y'all out? It's okay, it's okay. I'm telling you, it's all right. All right, so we're gonna do some of these boho shapes. Now, I don't remember, honestly, if we still have these boho shapes, but I love them. They're kind of like who I am. So I'm gonna add some of these boho shapes here. I'm gonna do just a couple and then figure out my colors here. I know Tide is gonna be in there. My letters are gonna be black. Yes, I have the black ink here. This one's gonna be Tide. I'm just gonna take a small squeegee and it's just gonna be simple. It's just simple, simple. And this is our ink. And you just ink on it just like you would the chalk. And since we have this ink mat under it, it's really a lot easier because it's not gonna bubble up or anything like that. So you just wanna make sure your ink gets through. That one came out a little, we'll see. Your ink gets through. Yeah, I got a little boo-boo there. But that's okay because the reason being is I am going to put something different over it, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. Now, since I'm not gonna be at a sink and I don't have an area to soak all this, I'm just gonna spray these transfers with water so that the screens don't get clogged, okay? So I'm just gonna put a nice layer of water on it. Let me get this out. I took my bowl in the other room. It's okay, I have this towel I can lay these on. Let me lay that out because it's wet too. And we're just gonna air dry this just a little bit in between while I do some more of the other stuff. And I'm gonna do like 3 different designs, and then we can use our drying tool here just a little bit. I'm gonna put that design. And it's not that I'm heat setting it, I'm just literally drying it some. So since it's still on the drying mat, it's not really hurting the drying mat because this doesn't get that hot, you know? That little mark there, it's a little bit thicker there. It's because I had a bubble. And these transfers are kind of old. So that's still a little bit wet. So since they're a little bit old, they're not sticking as well, and that's expected. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one on. And I I think I'm gonna do this one in the coral. Gonna add some of my colors here. That tonight they had pasta and shrimp and chicken and all kinds of crazy down there. So they're having a good time. I think y'all can hear them. And Abby's in school these days until like 6:30. So it takes her a while to get home and all that. And she wanted to cook tonight and invite her friends. So I was like, sure, you're 20. You need to be able to do that. I always love when the house is filled with laughter anyways, right? Isn't that the good thing? So I read this verse a lot these days. I don't know if y'all have been reading different verses or different things just to keep yourself sane. At least I know I have. But I read this verse and I always think, you know, how true is that? We don't know the time that we're supposed to be here, but we do know how cool it is and how special it is, right? That I like the fact that it gives you kind of like a questionable thought. Perhaps you have been created for such a time as this. And I just have to tell you guys, when I started my business with Chalk Couture, I had no idea what I was gonna do. I knew I wanted it as a business because I'm like an entrepreneur. I'm not a big crafter, believe it or not. It's just really not always my forte is crafting. I enjoy it. I enjoy, you know, getting my head going and getting things working and thinking and that kind of stuff, but I'm not a creator per se. I just am a fun time. I just like doing fun things, right? And doing it all the time, like I have some friends that all they do is craft all day. I can't do that, y'all. I want to. But my business mind took in. Look at that. That one's cute. My business mind took in, and then I started with the business as an entrepreneur more than a crafter. And since I did that, it was just really cool to me, at least. And I have learned that this is the time for me, right? This is the time I need to really embrace what I'm doing and who I can reach. And, you know, we're not promised tomorrow, we're promised today. And I just love that. I've just embraced that, you know, to live in the moment today. And I think I want to put, I got this little guy is rolled up here because it's towards the bottom. I want to put another gray one. I don't know if I want that one. I got this squeegee in my mouth right now. So, but anyway, so that's just what I've been pondering, because I look at all the things that I'm doing and I'm like, wow, you know, isn't this amazing how there's just, it's just, you know, we each have our own thing that we do. And, you know, am I just getting old and thinking about weird things? That's what I have to ask myself too. Mary Jo, you sound like that old lady in the grocery store that says, oh honey, just enjoy the kids at this time. And I swear when I was younger, I was never going to be that person. And here I am, I'm that person. And it's just wrong. You know, it's just like, oh my gosh, Mary Jo, I can't believe you're that person. But you know what? It is good, right? Because this is the time that we were created for, in this time, in this era. And you know, we were kind of chosen for that. So I think that's cool. I look back at Esther and I'm like, y'all, I'm just kind of rattling here, but that's okay. Let's see what you're saying. Oh, you're not saying a lot. You're just watching. So that's good. So it's not too crazy. But anyways, like I was saying, was just, you know, it's just amazing to me how we can, let's use this multi-tool just because we can. We can all be in a special place at a special time, that we were created just so uniquely to be at this time, right? That's just what is amazing to me. Y'all, it's the little things. It's the little things that are big things that are amazing to me. This is gonna look so pretty on my sofa, y'all. My sofa's like a, right now it needs to be washed, but it's almost like that blue. It's a dusty blue. They would call it a bird egg blue. And I'm gonna put this one right here. And I think it's gonna be this color also, just to bring those blues in. Oh, it got quiet down there. They must all be putting food in their mouth or something, which is a good thing, trust me. But it's like a bird's egg. What do they call it? Duck egg. Duck egg blue is the name that it came with. I've never seen a duck egg that was blue, but you know, there might be. Now this is gonna be tricky right here because of this little area. It's okay, I will figure it out. So if you just hold that transfer tight, let's see what we can do here. I think we can do it because we're awesome. But yeah, duck egg blue. And I was always like, I've never seen a blue duck egg. I mean, robin egg blue, I get. That's like Easter egg blue. There's gonna be a little bit of a bubble there, but it's okay. Oh, that looks really good. I've never heard of duck egg blue, but that's what they called it, was duck egg blue. Now remember, I'm just spraying all of these transfers over here and just keeping them nice and wet, because you don't really want to soak the transfers. You really, the goal is to go wash them right away, but we're not doing that because I'm on a live here. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take the black and do this wording. Let me get all of this stuff put back so I can do all this. I have two blacks. They're both like very light. I have my ink in one cart and my chalk in another cart. And I kind of like that. And here's the other deal with ink. When you're inking, you want to have something there for that other hand, right? You want to have a little towel for this hand. And you just have to make sure that you're kind of holding it a little bit and pushing all the way through. You want to make sure it goes all the way through. And this is the easy part of this, the little boho. I mean, you could have done yours with just one color of ink and no little design, but I personally wanted that little extra design right there. And like I said, my black is, and when I'm inking, I go one way. I push it all the way. Go the same way. Don't go back and forth with your ink. It just seems to work better for me, you know? And you just have to make sure you're getting in all that screen and pushing your squeegee down a bit. You know, you gotta add a little bit of pressure there. You see how I'm just doing it all one way. Oops, see there, I missed a little part of the A. I'm not going back and forth. And it's just something you consciously have to do. I know it sounds a little crazy, but for me it works better that way. And I try not to, here, I gotta get some of this ink off. I try not to touch this pillowcase with my hands because I am a sloppy crafter. And when I do, let me see if you have any comments. Robin egg blue. Yeah, I know. That's what I've always heard, but no, it was called duck egg blue. And I'm like, well, that's weird. But that's what they called it. So it's a dusty blue. I guess that's a good way to call it. I'll try and get a picture of it down there on the sofa with my You'll Never Know, Dear, How Much I Love You. That one, You'll Never Know. I made that on a live before too with you guys. And I was gonna give it away, but yeah, I really liked it. So and the next one I'm gonna do is the big family one, so I doubt I will give that one away. I always like to spray my hands before I pull my ink, just to make sure all my fingers are all good. And I don't have any ink on there because I hate those little smudgy things. Now, this is gonna dry overnight before I heat set it. And when I heat set it, I'm just gonna take an iron. Now, when I pull this, I have to pull it up and hold your bottom. Dang, I had a bubble right there at the top. Dang it all. That's okay. I will figure that out. Maybe I put a little, one of my bohos on there. I still like the way it looks. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put one of my little bohos, the little flower one, and I'm gonna put it right there in the tide. So let me dry this and I'll show you. See, that is the good thing about chalk and ink, that you can, that's the part that you can get a little bit creative with, is fixing your boo-boos. Did you see my boo-boo? I don't think you saw my boo-boo there. See? We all have boo-boos and it's okay. It's, you know, nobody's perfect. I got this little boo-boo right here at the P. Kind of looks a little funny, but I'm gonna fix it. So I'm just gonna dry that right there as much as I can. I don't want you guys to sit here and hear me dry this all day, but I'm doing my best, So that's the thing. Hey Jessica, how are you? And Leslie. I'll tell you what, if y'all could share me out and about, I would so appreciate it. I'm trying not to talk real loud because I got this microphone on and I'm afraid that I'll be yelling at y'all then, and I don't want to be yelling at you because that'd be weird and, you know, all the things. But, which one did I say? The flower one? Yeah, this one. Just make sure you share me out and about. I would appreciate it. And then I'm also doing this Watts of Love. I'm going to hit it hard in September. It just got a little crazy at my house. You know, you guys know my house is just always a little crazy. But I decided to redo that utility room, which turned into a lot more than what I anticipated because my cabinet still isn't here. It's not going to be here until the 9th. So I have 9 more days to wait for it. It's making me crazy. So down in my dining room and my living room and my family room is full of everything from the utility room. So I'm just going to paint this right here, or ink it, and add that little bit of boho right there to maybe pull it away from the big blob that I had. That works. That looks nicer. Yeah, I like that. I like the way this is turning out. What are you guys thinking? I'm thinking I'm liking it. And I don't want anything there. But anyway, so I'm going to be putting this on the big board that I take to church. Because I just, and you know, I have this big board that I do for the church. And it's like the welcome board. But I just think this is such a great meaning with everything going on in our world. It's just kind of like my little ministry to you tonight is perhaps you have been created for such a time as this. I hope you love it as much as I do. I really love the boho on it. Let's see here. Here we go. Now you can see. What do you think? Yeah, how do you think it looks? Do you guys like it? I know. I think I love it. I know it's going to match so pretty. Maybe I could make one for a giveaway. What? Would you guys like that? I would love that. And then I was thinking about putting this stain on like a big, like I said, it has to dry overnight. But I do want to wash a couple transfers with you so you can see how that works, and we can then put them away. But what was I saying? Oh, I want to put it on a big round board because I think that will look amazing on a big round board with some flowers or some ribbon or something like that around there. I just think that would look real pretty. Just saying. I don't know. So let's go ahead and let me show you how to clean these transfers, because since these are all reusable, I want you to be able to know how to use your product once you get it. So remember that in the top part there or in the comments, there's a quick link. If you want to make this at your house, you just go in there, push that link, and you can go right to the site and be able to order right in your cart. It'll be in your cart and you just check out. The other neat thing that you could do is if you wanted to add the Club Couture in there, the Club Couture is one of the best deals that we have. It's $19 a month, and you get 3 single chalk paste colors and instructions and a transfer, and it's amazing. They send you an email with a little video, shows you how to do it all. So here's all I did to clean it was I sprayed it with water with my Mr. Mister, because my Mr. Mister is an awesome dude, and just sprayed it with a little water, wiped it off, and then I take my backers, and it's shiny to sticky, shiny to sticky, shiny to sticky, and I just put them on there, and then I rub it, and then I'm good to go for next time. And this is the easiest way that I have found to keep my transfers nice, is to keep them, wash them on the with the sprayer method, and then it's just a lot easier to keep them nice because you can line them up, lay them flat. This set I clip together with a binder clip and just go with it and just keep it in the drawer with the binder clip, and it's cool to go. So I'm just bringing these over here so y'all can see them a little better maybe. Can you see them better here? Oh, you can see them there. Okay, well, I could reach them better there, but that's okay. I'll do it this way so you can see them better. But so again, you just simply spray it with water, wipe it off just like this, turn it over, give it another wipe to get the back side. And you know, the better you take care of your transfers, the longer they're gonna last, okay? And this is the best way to take care of your transfers, even better than washing in the water, because then you have all that extra water that is there after you wash it, right? And it's just sitting on the backer, and this way the water goes right into the towel, so it's not sitting on that back. And you can just simply, this is the bigger one, you can simply just put your backer back on right away and then put them away wherever you're gonna keep them, in your file folder or in your cubby or whatever your organizational, sticky to shiny, whatever your organizational structure is. Now the bigger one is the same way. You do the same thing. Just lay it down. And this one you just have to make sure you have enough towel, right? And since this was just a new one, it's just gonna be a little bit stickier than the others. It's not a biggie. And then we'll just clean that up. So while I'm cleaning, I'll just talk with you here and see if you guys have any questions, because I'll tell you what, I love inking. Now, if you're new to Chalk Couture and you've never chalked before, make sure you put that in the comment for me, and I'll be sending you a little message and getting your address and sending you some happy mail. And that way you'll get to see what it's all about. And I do suggest that before you go inking that you chalk at least one thing so that you can have a little bit of forgiveness. Okay, no, this is just, you know what this is? This is a baby washcloth from the Dollar Tree. I don't use diaper wipes or anything like that. I use nothing but water on my transfers. I know I have other designers that say, oh, use a baby wipe, use this chemical. I don't, because you know why? it ruins your transfers. So I use water, and if I have to use 10 layers of water to get it clean, I use 10 layers of water. And this, literally, I wash these, and they bleach, and they come out, and they're all good. So I have microfiber cloths too, or you can use your fuzzing cloth and use that as a washer also. So those are the things I use, but I don't use wipes, I don't use Clorox wipes, none of that, because they actually will ruin your transfer. They do not keep it stickier longer or anything like that. Y'all, I've been here since before we were a company, and I have done this so many times. Okay, trust me on this one. I have played both ways, and I have found that less is more. Water is the best, okay? So you do what you're going to do because it's your transfer, and I get that. But as for me, I use water, okay? Let's see, what other questions? Yeah, the wipe, like I said, is just a cheap baby washcloth from the Dollar Tree. Because, okay, so there's a story. There's always a story with me. So I was at a show, actually I was at the Pinners Conference, and they didn't have anything but fuzzing cloths there to wash transfers with. And, you know, we're just using those little tiny squares when we demo things. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go get me some of these little, I was just gonna get some microfiber cloths, some cheap ones, you know, and they didn't have any. So they had a 10-pack of baby washcloths, and they're not my favorite, to be honest, but they work. And they're not my favorite because they're so stinking small. Like you can't get a good grab on them. But, so I bought those, and I haven't thrown them away or anything. But I figured for $1, you know, that's okay, right? And then you turn it over just like the big one, you turn over just like you do, and use that little Mr. Mister. I love my Mr. Mister. Y'all know I love him, right? We have such a great relationship. And then you just wipe off your excess on the back here, and you're good to go. And I'll show you. I'll show you how to do the big backer too, because it really works well. Just to get everything nice and even and not bubbly. So let me show you here, okay? So I got it all clean, and then I'm gonna take my big backer, and I'm just gonna line up. Ooh, I got a piece of fuzz here. There we go. Take my backer and just line it up. It got a little wet when I spilt my Mr. Mister. Oops. There we go. They're having too much fun down there. I'm gonna have to go join them. Just like that. And even with the big ones, you see how nice it works? So I have a little bit of wiggle here, and that was on me from the towel, but that's okay. This is easier than trying to get it all crazy at once, right? You have part of it down. See, and then it doesn't roll on itself like that just did. There we go. Anyways, on a real good day, it would be nice and flat, and you wouldn't have to do that. And here we go. Let me fix this side. Seems to be the thing. It's the end of the month, right? Things happen. There we go. So we are good to go. And for such a time as this, I hope you guys had a great time watching. I know you weren't sure if there's a difference to cleaning chalk. No, there is not. You still clean it out, but you want to clean it out faster. Like I said, you want to keep it wet, and then, but not soak it. That's why I just sat it on a cloth and sprayed it until I was done working, right? And then you just wash it off, and you're good to go. Okay, guys, you be blessed. Have a great night. Thanks for hanging out at the Flamingo Farmhouse with me. I hope you had a great time. And remember, follow the cart link if you want to make this project yourself, or just go and check out my website. There's all those little happy kits, that trick or treat kit that I did today. There's also a kids kit, or you can sign up and be a Club Couture member and get some little fun bonuses from me and from the company, and an exclusive transfer every month. So you can change that board out. What? Okay, guys, you be good, and